Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. This week we don't have just one teacher to lead us into our daily journey, but a whole host of beautiful wisdom from teachers across the ages. Today specifically, we are visited by Lao Tzu and Eckhart Tolle. So let's get into it. Let's get into today's message. Maggie, good morning. I'm so happy to see you. Happy Tuesday. It's great seeing you. We easily live our lives convinced that we see the whole picture. Don't we do that so easily? Isn't that such a human trap to fall into, thinking we see the whole picture? We argue our truth, defend our perspective, and wonder why others can't see what's so obvious to us. What if the problem isn't that others are blind, but that we all tend to be trapped in a dimension too small to contain the whole truth? Somebody, good morning. Charlene, good morning. Hello, beautiful humans. Right, the first thought today comes from Lao Tzu. And he speaks about this. Well, he alludes to the fact that we might all be trapped in a dimension too small to contain the whole truth. Lao Tzu says, the key to growth is the introduction of higher dimensions of consciousness into our awareness. So here's what he suggests, what Lao Tzu invites us to. He invites us into higher dimensions of consciousness. Honey, a very good morning. It's good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Lao Tzu's work is always delivered in simplicity, but it contains deeply layered wisdom. What could Lao Tzu possibly have meant by a higher dimension of consciousness? Is he asking us to ascend to higher dimensional states of being? And which dimension would be good enough? The 5th, the 6th, the 16th dimension? Actually, in Lao Tzu's style, what he means is a lot simpler. Danae, good morning. It's good to see you. We have such a beautiful group together this morning. All right, I've got some teaching aids this morning, something very simple. So take a look at this. Let's call it a rectangle for the moment. It exists in 2 dimensions. It's got length, it's got width. And in this example, this rectangle represents me, my problems, or as in Lao Tzu's quote, my level of awareness is represented by this rectangle. And then also take a look at this circle. Let me make sure we see only the circle. The circle also exists in 2 dimensions, and in this example it represents someone else and his problems, or as in Lao Tzu's quote, his level of awareness. How easy is it for each of us to get stuck in this 2-dimensional level of awareness? Me, just seeing my own rectangular need for survival, and the same for the human that I'm dealing with, him only seeing his truth, his 2-dimensional need for survival. I double down on my truth because I can clearly see that it's a rectangle we're dealing with. And likewise for the human in front of me, refusing to let go of his truth because his eyes clearly show him the circle that he believes we are dealing with. And often, even when we try to see things from another point of view, while we're stuck in this 2-dimensional level of thinking, the best we can come up with is perhaps something like a rectangle with rounded ends. And I mean, while this is a step in the right direction, we're still not seeing the full picture. It's only when we can literally see from a higher dimension that we're able to realize the reality of what we're dealing with is a cylinder. I'm not wrong and he's not wrong, but neither of us have the full picture. While we've learned to visually recognize the three-dimensional qualities of objects in the world around us, it makes sense that we see things in 3 dimensions. We often do get stuck in a 2-dimensional awareness in our minds. In our minds, it's easy to see these 2 dimensions, me and my problems. How can we train our minds to heed Lao Tzu's advice and think and see from a higher dimension of awareness? The foundation for higher dimensional thinking lies in slowing down, in taking a step back to literally see more sides without instantly reacting. And this starts by practicing on yourself first. Are you able to take a look at your own thoughts? Are you able to watch yourself thinking with a curious interest in what your brain produces? This space of being the observer of your own thoughts is something that is expanded greatly by regular meditation to the point that it becomes the default way of viewing yourself and the world, with the wisdom of the observer. Eckhart makes this wisdom quite practical. So a few thoughts from Eckhart. He says, the moment you realize you are not present, then you are present. Whenever you are able to observe your mind, you are no longer trapped in your mind. Another factor has come in, something that is more than just your mind, the witnessing presence. Eckhart says, don't judge or analyze what you see. Watch the thought, feel the emotion, observe the reaction. Don't make a personal problem out of them. You will then feel something more powerful than any of those things that you observe. The still observing presence itself behind the content of your mind, the silent watcher. He says, observe your thoughts, but don't believe your thoughts. When your own thoughts become an object of interest instead of something you feel wrapped up in or even drowning in, then more sides and angles become visible to you, literally seeing from a higher dimension of awareness. So this is our meditation today. It is called the Observer. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and we'll slip away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly, as if there is a balloon in your belly, then also at the same time raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling, and once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. While you continue your full body breathing, we'll have a conversation about seeing from a higher dimension of awareness, as Lao Tzu suggests. Stay with your breathing. Be conscious about the slow inhale and the slow exhale. The example we used in today's discussion was me having a view of my rectangle dealing with someone who has a view of his circle. Clearly, we are standing in two different vantage points. Me caught in the trap of thinking I'm seeing the whole picture, while clearly my two dimensions gives me only a small part of the picture. And likewise for him and his circle. Isn't that just exactly the trap we so easily find ourselves in? Simply not seeing the full picture? And how do we get better at building the muscle that sees a bigger part of the picture? We build that muscle by slowing down. We build that muscle by realizing we are judging and criticizing. And judging and criticizing is such a clear indication that I'm standing on the first floor seeing two dimensions. Because the truth is, and we can trust this truth, if I was standing on a higher floor and seeing a fuller part of the picture, I would not have been judging and criticizing. Can we trust this indication? Can we trust that the moment we're judging and criticizing, this should be the red flag? This should be the thing that reminds me I'm not practicing seeing from a higher dimension. I am caught in the righteousness of my two-dimensional view. Can we practice slowing down and also slowing down our reaction. Waiting and breathing. Simply inviting ourselves to see more. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left, forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. Take a deep breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up your belly as if there is a balloon in your belly, then also feel yourself slip all the way into you. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, the reminder is that today's meditation is called The Observer. And we're going to practice that. We're going to mentally rehearse being the observer. What is your experience with being the observer? Or let's turn it around, the opposite. Not being the observer, but being completely caught up, wrapped up in the thoughts and in the emotions. What is your experience with being caught up, being flooded with thoughts and emotions? Take your next big breath. I want you to try and find a recent example of a situation that in hindsight you thought you could have dealt with in a better way. There could be many different examples that we could choose from. It could be a situation in which you somewhat overreacted. Maybe a very small overreaction, maybe a huge overreaction. That would be a great example to use in this exercise. It could be an example of where you simply made a mistake. The kind of mistake that if you had taken a step back, taken a few more breaths, observed a little more, you probably wouldn't have made the mistake. You would have seen more. Whatever example you choose, bring that experience closer and imagine that you could have been an observer of that experience unfolding in real time, almost as if there was a CCTV camera pointed at you. And now, afterwards, you could look at the footage. Ask your brain to do that for you. Ask your brain to create a video of that incident so you can watch it again. So as you take your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, be the observer. Watch the video of that reaction play out again. Take your next big breath. Now you get a really good picture to really understand what was happening in that moment that we're observing right now. Try and see if you can even remember what you were wearing. Can you see it in this video? Can you see what you were wearing when you had that reaction? Take your next big breath. Now, our reactions always have a sponsoring thought, a thought that sponsored the reaction that we had. These can be difficult to spot because often these thoughts are subconscious. We don't realize it in the moment. But as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, watch that footage again. See your reaction again and see if you can spot what the sponsoring thought was. What was going through your mind? What were the thoughts that you were thinking before you had the reaction? And sometimes this is helpful. If I were to stop you in that moment before the reaction, and if I had asked you about your thoughts, if I'd said, just before you react, tell me, what is it that you're afraid is going to happen? That very often leads us exactly to that sponsoring thought. Before you reacted, before the reaction happened, what was going through your mind? What were you afraid was going to happen? Take your next big breath. Then as you had your reaction, watch this again on the video footage. See if you can see your facial expression as you are reacting. See if you can see your body language as you are reacting. And then, did you say anything? Go back to that moment and remind yourself of what were the words you spoke, what came out of your mouth when you reacted. Can you take a step back and just watch? And I want to remind you of Eckhart's suggestion here. Can you observe without judgment? In this moment, while you watch the footage of what happened, are you able to, in this moment, not judge yourself and also not judge the other person? Simply watch how it played out, as if you're just looking at data. What was your facial expression? What was your body language? What were the words you used? Take your next big breath. Now we'll literally rehearse redoing that while we took a look over our left shoulder backwards. Let's take a look towards the right, forward. Just imagine, hypothetically, that you were given the opportunity to redo this. And of course, we're never given the opportunity to redo anything, but this is a mental exercise. What this exercise does, what mentally rehearsing anything does, is it lays down the neural pathways that we might need when we find ourselves in that situation. So right now, you are making it easier for yourself to catch yourself next time. And even if you don't catch yourself next time, every time you practice this, you will get better at it. So let's imagine the same scenario playing out again. Now this time, before you react or respond, if you could have a conversation with you before you respond, if you could realize the thoughts going through your mind and for a moment stop those thoughts and just have a conversation about these thoughts, what conversation would you have with you before you react? Have that conversation now. Take your next big breath. If you could redo that interaction, and see yourself in that moment again, what would you want to see in your body language? What would you want to see in the expression of your face? Perhaps you could even remind yourself to stop and take a few big breaths. So let's focus on your body language, your facial expression, and perhaps stop and take a few big breaths. Can you help yourself do that if this happens again? See yourself, coach yourself through this. Take your next big breath. And then the words you speak. If you had the opportunity to redo this again, what would your words be if you could choose them now? Now that you really have taken a step back, now that you really are being the observer and you can choose with wisdom, what words will you choose to speak when you encounter the similar situation again? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in. Invite that softness to slip in and feel it settle in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more tension on your breathing. You can sit all the way back, or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time these few quotes. First from Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu says, the key to growth, the key to growing, is the introduction of higher dimensions of consciousness into our awareness. seeing from a higher dimension. We might ask how. How do I see from a higher dimension? And Eckhart suggests something really simple. Eckhart suggests, can you take a step back and look at your own thoughts? Are you able to watch yourself thinking with a curious interest in what your brain produces? This space of being the observer of your own thoughts, this is something that can be greatly expanded by something like meditation, to the point that being the observer of your thoughts become the default way of dealing with yourself and the world. Eckhart says, the moment you realize you are not present, well then in that moment you become present. Whenever you're able to observe your mind, you are no longer trapped in your mind. Another factor has come in, something that is more than just your mind. It is the witnessing presence. Eckhart says, and this is very important, this is the key to it, don't judge or analyze what you observe. Watch the thought, feel the emotion, observe the reaction, but don't make a personal problem out of them. You will then feel something more powerful than any of those things that you observe. If you can observe without judging, you will discover the still observing presence itself behind the content of your mind, the silent watcher. So observe your thoughts, says Eckhart, but don't believe those thoughts. Just watch them. When your own thoughts become an object of interest instead of something you feel wrapped up in or even drowning in, then more sides and angles become visible to you. When your own thoughts become an object of interest, then you are literally seeing from a higher dimension of awareness. And this will become obvious in all of your interactions with all of the humans around you. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this practice. The very, very simple practice of taking a step away from my thoughts and watching my thinking with curiosity. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that judgment and criticism always puts the brakes on this process. Because whatever I judge, whatever I criticize, shrinks me. And in terms of my own thoughts, when I'm trying to see everything, observe all that is there, if I am also judging what I'm seeing, then parts of me will not reveal themselves. Parts of me will stay hidden. If I'm judging and criticizing myself, I will not be able to see the full picture. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this journey. And it is quite a journey of discovering and rediscovering and re-remembering that actually, yes, where way back in the past I thought judgment was important because How else would I know what's right or wrong? I've learned that no judgment leads to seeing so much more. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Thank you for exercising that muscle of being the observer. We live differently when we can see ourselves without judgment, and we certainly interact with the humans around us differently. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Sunmuddy. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Honey. Wishing you all a really beautiful day. See you again soon. Ciao, ciao.